Hey Felicity, how you going?
I'm well, Danny. How are you?
Very well, thank you. Thank you for joining me. So let's start with a little bit about you. What's your background? Where you're from?
That's a bit of a long story. I've done quite quite a few different things in my lifetime. I like a bit of variety and changing things up. Currently living in Inverell. I have a little farm here where we have cattle, and I work part-time hairdressing. So I get a nice little balance of social life and farm life, the quiet life, which actually suits my lifestyle for my trading. So, yeah.
Awesome. So what got you interested into trading?
Um, I started out in the crypto market. It was a bit of a baptism of fire, I guess. The hype of everything and, not even just being trained or knowing too much about it, just started off. And yeah, China pulled out, brought in all their endorsements, which obviously caused the market to have, yeah, quite a crash. I actually really enjoyed it though. That was sort of like my start of like, all right, this is interesting. This is actually quite challenging. And even though I lost money at the time, it was always something that, I wanted to learn more about. And I thought, moving to the country, it is actually really quite nice to be able to do something from anywhere, wherever you are, as long as you have an internet connection. So that just sort of got my mind moving, yeah, towards trading and wanting to learn more. And so I jumped online and I thought, well, if I'm going to do this, I need to get trained properly. I want to learn as much as I can and be the best as I can. And that's where I found IDTA.
Amazing. So yeah, crypto is a little bit different to futures. Well, not necessarily different much. We're actually moving towards potentially doing some more in the crypto space as well. So that's awesome. So what specifically made you choose us to further your education
I
on
guess training and the support that was offered. Um, yeah, just starting out and going as far as you want to go as well. Just having, yeah, options. You can just start out basic, see if you like it, see if it's for you. If you want to go further, there's further education that you offer and the support, having a coach, talking one on one, staying accountable, and, and then I guess just even the support group of what IDTA offers online. So, last year, obviously, I did a bit of speaking in the conference and just seeing everybody there. Like, everyone's in the same boat, really. Like, we're all there for the same purpose to learn to be the best that we can. So, yeah, I just felt like IDTA offered that for me.
Awesome. Yeah, trading can be a very lonely journey. So to have a community behind you, I'm sure you can see that it's a big help to know that you're not alone, right? Was there a specific aha moment in your journey where everything just kind of clicked?
Yeah, actually, it took me a really long time to get there. Felt like I feel like to start off, you think, okay, I just do a course, learn the basics, do my time, and then off you go. And, you do the education side of it. But I don't think that for me personally, I underestimated how much of a headspace that you need to have to be able to trade. It's not easy. If it was, everybody would be doing it. So yeah, so for me, I think it has taken me quite a long time to figure out who I am, what kind of trader I am. I have changed my style so many times to finally figure out and nut out what that is and what that looks like. Yeah, so it wasn't until then that I sorted out my brain and just knowing, I guess, who you are. Like, I have very itchy little fingers and I have ADD. So, yeah, my brain works really quite fast. So I needed to recognize that, learn those things about myself to suit my style of trading. And then once that came together, I felt like that was my aha moment.
I was just going to say that, like you worked out your personality style and which market and time slot suits you. So you become the specialist of the US closed NQ. And So you get your trading out the way early morning, it's done, you can start your day fresh, don't have to think about trading anymore. So it's really awesome how you've adapted what you recognized as yourself and your personality and what is going to suit me best. And it was the faster paced market, smaller time frames as well, small risk, small reward, but quite really reasonably balanced risk reward as well, I would say, from what I've seen of you. And I love that you know your strategy has evolved over time to something that you're really comfortable trading with now. But it has taken a bit of time, which is very normal, very normal. Traders need to figure out, you know, what works best for them. And you've done it. You've persisted. And yeah, it's really inspiring to see what you're doing now, Felicity. So well done.
Yeah.
Would you say, I mean, it's a pretty no-brainer question, but your confidence and your how you are interacting with the market, has that improved over time as well?
It has. It came about through me really dialing it back. Like I said, I think it's not just one of those things that you can just go and get and just be good at like straight away. For me personally, maybe some people might be different, but it's something that I went out and I thought, yep, I'm ready. I'm ready to do this. I feel good about this. Went on NQ, and I probably went a little bit too gun ho and too happy and probably a little bit too cocky about it. And Mother Market bit me, and I learned quite a few lessons, quite a few times, probably the hard way. And until I dialed it back, I actually went back to MNQ, and that's how I actually found my strategy that I shared at the conference. Using the 2 minute time frames compared to the 5 minute. Wasn't until I went back to MNQ and I really started nutting out just like the really minor details in my market and learning the most about how it moves. I always say it's a she, how she moves. It is. It's so important to understand like your market and what you're like learning about its behavior. And it changes. Like you've got to learn to adapt and change with the nature of it, nature of the beast. And just maintaining that state of equanimity to, if you lose a trade, so what? If you win a trade, so what? Like easier said than done. But until I actually really took it back to the bare basics and traded MNQ and got my confidence back up again, that was the big part for me that's helped me so much in my journey.
Amazing. So what would you go back and tell yourself before starting with IDTA, if you could go back and tell yourself one thing?
Be patient.
Yeah. If we're not patient already, trading will teach us that, which is a beautiful skill to have in life anyway, right? So it's a nice little side effect. Awesome. And would you recommend IDTA to others?
Absolutely. Like I said, the support group, the community, the information you provide, the training, like it really has got the best of the best to offer. So I actually, like, friends ask me, am I still trading? And I say, yeah, and then people do get curious. People ask like, oh, where did you start? And, very similar questions to what I'm getting asked now. So yeah. And I say, if you're interested, like look them up. So yeah.
Love that. Thank you so much for joining me, and I wish you all the best, hon.
Thank you, Danny.